Ananya, celebrating the women in you.
So ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to welcome the guest of the evening, Raveena Tandon, onto the stage. Welcome to Odisha.
Thank you so much.
And there are a lot of questions I personally want to ask, but I understand there is a time constraint. And as you can see, we have a full house today. And the audience is raring to get a look at you and ask you questions. So first of all, I shall start from the early days. We all know the story.
First of all, let me start with greeting everybody here.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here this evening. It's been indeed an honor and a privilege to be here amongst such accomplished achievers. I wouldn't only say women because I do not differentiate between achievers, whether they are male or female. So I would say that it's a very proud moment for me to be here. I would like to thank definitely Kanak News. And I would like to thank Tanaya for giving me this invitation. Thank you so much for having me here this evening and the whole Samvad group. And now you can shoot your questions.
All right, I'm ready. So we all know the story, how the journey began from school days. And but after so many years now in the industry, the first thing that I would like to ask you is, you have experienced the life of an ordinary girl. You have gone through heartbreaks, you have gone through rough patches in the career. What was that one thing that kept you positive and motivated you throughout?
Well, you know, one thing for sure that I would like to thank my parents for an upbringing and the fact that they were always my backbone and kept me grounded with reality. Even though I live in a world जिसे हम माया नगरी कहते हैं, but the very fact that life is a huge reality and one has to face it with ups and downs is, I think, comes from a very strong upbringing. And once people realize that, then you can face, I think, a lot. It does hurt, yes, everything hurts. Betrayals, whether it's your personal life or it is your professional life or it is the turmoils that you face, the difficulties that you face. Our industry is no lesser a place, let me tell you. I would speak about this even about the corporate world. I would say this the same about the airlines. I would say this about my film industry as well. That being a woman, you have to face many, many challenges. You have to probably work double, harder to prove yourself, probably equal or superior to your male colleague. It's just because it's just taken for granted that, just because he's male. I mean, the pay difference is so much. That is something that universally is being spoken about now, even in our financial sector. If you see the pay scale given to women who are doing an equal opportunity of a job, 23% of women are paid much lesser than their male counterparts. So this is something that we all have to strive to remove, this inequality, which is, so to speak. As an individual, like I said, it's very, very important for someone to have that inner strength. And if you ask me, how did I face that? I believe, especially, I'm not being unfair to all the men over here. आप सबसे पहले ही माफ़ी मांगूंगी. मैं ये नहीं कहूँगी कि men are any less, inferior to or any inferior to us women. But I do believe feminism is not about who is superior. Feminism is about equal opportunities. Is about social, economic, educational opportunities that should be given to us, because I believe we are all souls inside us. I don't know if you believe, but I very, very well believe in our ancient belief that it is we could be born as women, next birth we would be a man, and it's the soul that transpires to achieve and moves on ahead. So there should be no difference, actually. But a long time ago, my father did tell me that when a child learns to walk, and that is humanity for you, he falls a million times, a zillion times, but then ultimately he walks. He walks with his head held high, learns to walk, And that is something that we all should learn to do. If you fall, you don't have to just remain there. You have to pick yourself up and learn to walk again and learn to walk strong. And that is a belief that I've kept in me all along. So in those circumstances, I've been talking about ancient India, right? In ancient India and even today, even over here in Orissa, Bengal, everywhere, all over Hindustan, we worship our Devis. And does anyone even believe why did in those days people, I'm not saying only men, people recognize and worship Devis? Because I believe and I think they knew that a woman can be whatever she wants to be. If she wants to be the bread earner, if she wants to be a career woman, she's Lakshmi. If she wants to be an educationalist, if she wants to be a teacher, she wants to be a leader, she's Saraswati. If she wants to be a fighter, a warrior, she's Durga. If she wants to be a vengeance seeker, she can be Kali. So it's all in you, it's within you. A woman can choose to be what she wants, and she's the eternal Ma. For me, that is very important. So you don't give up. Whatever happens, it's life. You've got to face it, right? So you pick yourself up and walk again.
So pick yourself up and dust yourself and go again. Talking about the feminism aspect that you mentioned, that it's all about equal opportunities and how women actually have to work double to prove their mettle.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do you think women can actually have it all?
I have it all.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
I thank God for that every day.
I think you are one of the very few women I've heard say that they have it all.
It also depends on what is your line of having it all. How content you are with what you have earned for yourself, whether it's name, fame, respect, love. So whether you are content or you're jealous of the other person, "Arey, she has a diamond necklace, why don't I have one?" It doesn't work that way. So I think when you realize, and I think this is something I realized like in a very, very bleak period of my life, when my career was almost zero. I had given it up for personal reasons. I had taken a sabbatical. My personal life was zero. So I was one big zero, not a hero. And I didn't know where to start off all over again. But I knew that I had to pick up and I had to move. And, you know, it was a very big turning point in my life. I was about 23 years old. I was really young at that time. Now 23 also seems damn young. But it's okay. And I was, you know, in one of those moods. You know, सबके moods होते हैं, and for me music is very important. तो जब मैं ऐसे गंभीर mood में होती हूँ तो मैं किशोर दा को सुनती हूँ, you know, उनके मोहम्मद रफ़ी साहब के गाने सुनती हूँ, घुंघरू की तरह बजता ही रहा मैं, you know, I don't know how many people identify with that kind of music, but that is my kind of music. And I would feel the world is fallen apart. And there is nothing. And one rainy day, I was driving through this road in Mumbai, which used to be called the Tulsi Pipe Road, and it has a full row of hutments and slums along the side. And because there was so much rain, the traffic was going very slowly. And I was sitting in my Mercedes-Benz, driving myself, listening to music, thinking the world is very cruel to me. And then because my car slowed down, I looked towards my left. And each hut, each slum had a different story to tell. In one, there was a husband-wife fighting. The husband was completely drunk. He was pulling the woman's hair. The child was sitting crying in the rain. In the second one, a mother was trying to make dal while water was pouring through, and she was trying to put, you know, plastic to cover the chula before it goes off so that she could feed her hungry children. In the third one, another story. In the fourth one, another story. Till I reached the end of the road. But that end of the road was my beginning. Because I sat there, shut my car, and I said, what am I crying about? A broken heart? A finished career? I mean, is this really the end? This is a beginning for me to discover myself even better. I have two hands. Yeah, you can clap full-heartedly. I enjoy it also. Thank you so much. I have two hands. I have loving parents at home. I have a strong family who's supporting me in every way. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my thali. और क्या चाहिए यार? What more do you need? And then you work yourselves up to what, you must dream to achieve. You can never live a life without a dream, that's for sure. You know, you must have that ambition, you must have that goal, but you must also realize of what you have, the value of what you have, and then take it ahead from there. So be thankful. This room full of beautiful people I see, who have the brains, who have everything. It's a very cliched story of the man with 2 feet who had no shoes till he saw the person with 1 leg. It's exactly like that. And even that one person with 1 leg today can get the use of other devices. So it's not all lost. You just have to face up and meet your challenges.
Raveena, you are a part of an industry where now there is a lot of talk of nepotism and contacts, but you have carved a niche for yourself all on your own. You came to the industry at a really young age, and so far, how has the journey been?
Well, every career has its ups and downs. I've also seen my ups and I've also seen my downs, and I think it's been an enjoyable ride. My problem is I don't take life too seriously. I enjoy each day as it comes. I take it as each day, okay, what is new to unfold. I also do believe about this nepotism thing that it's a little overrated. Because if you see some of our superstars today don't come from any filmy background, do not have any filmy connections. Someone comes from the army, Priyanka Chopra comes from an army background, Shah Rukh Khan came from, he had lost his parents at a very young age. So I can give you examples and examples of it. Nepotism can be caught in every field if you feel that there is nepotism. But it's just the fact of pointing it out. I agree there is campism, there is a bit of, lobbying. That I think is in every field. But according to me, even though I was born of film family, my dad has been a producer, director for many, many movies, Khuddar, Khel Khel Mein, Jhura Kahin Ka, Majboor, you name them, and he's worked with the most superstars. I grew up seeing Amit ji and Chintu ji and all come home and, But I did not want my father to launch me ever. Because I always feel whatever you do, your parents will always love you for what you do. They'll think, "Arey, meri beti ne itna acha kaam kiya," So I never wanted that to happen. I wanted to stand on my own feet. So I definitely found my own way. But neither did we use any kind of influence or asking people to sign me or anything. We never did that. In fact, I don't think my parents ever thought that I will get into this line. I tell people I'm in this profession by complete default. Yeah.
So, from becoming the national crush in Tip Tip Barsa Pani to being the Mast Mast girl, you have held on your own. They tagged you the Masala Queen of the 90s, a huge commercial success, and all of that. But now, as you see, we have fads coming and going.
Right.
So you have Size Zero, you have launched by this director, launched by that producer. So, and in between somewhere, you also went on, I don't know, what should I call it, an alleged diet of popcorn and juice where you lost a lot of weight and there was a lot of hullabaloo about it. And so, in an industry of fads and just passing trends, how has it been?
Well, I do believe that, especially people at a certain stature in life, at a certain, achievement, when you have it all, kind of a thing, you do have a moral responsibility to give back to society because there are so many people following you. I myself have never been a victim of unhealthy diets or anything. My low-calorie snack used to be popcorn. That's why I was known as the popcorn queen, because if everyone was having fried bhajiyas, I would prefer to have oil-free popcorn. So that was, ये तो अपना popcorn का बोरी साथ में लेके चलती है. So that is the only thing. But I always eat healthy even now. I prefer grilled to steamed to baked rather than fried. So if that's the choice you think, I think that's a healthy living choice that I make. But size 0 and all, I keep telling these young girls, because so many times I read in the papers, this actress fainted while shooting, that one fainted by shooting, this one. I have never fainted in my life here. I don't know कैसे faint हो जाती है लड़कियाँ इतनी जल्दी. But then सबका constitution अलग होता है. I was brought up on ghee, pure ghee parathas. I'm a Panju, I can't help it. My body frame is like that. I am comfortable in my own skin. Yes, I like to be fit and healthy, but I wouldn't like to be anorexic or thin, because girls, especially all the young girls here, always remember that you are harming your body. And if you are looking for a future, that is, if you're looking ahead, you're thinking of having babies, remember what you are doing to your body will ultimately affect your children ahead. You are depriving your body of very important nourishment, which you can take ahead. So I think it's a very unhealthy trend, which I do believe it's not only us film stars, but media also is a part of it. I remember when I was pregnant and I had my children, I wanted to nurse my children for at least a year. So I ate well and I was fat. But I was happy I was fat. Same thing happened with Aishwarya. She didn't lose weight for 2 years since she had a kid. She didn't want to, she was happy. But no, the media did not let go. They pointed out and pointed out and pointed out, Moti hai, she's so fat, she's looking huge, she's looking this. For me, they said so much. When is she going to lose her baby fat? Arey, tumko kya hai? I want to nurse my children for 1 year. I will eat well. My husband is happy with me. My in-laws are happy. What is tickling you? Do you understand? So it's not only, it's the whole system. No, you can clap again. I like it.
I read an interview somewhere where you...
No, 1 second. It's not only us. Don't only look at us when we talk about zero. It is the whole system that needs to change and promote healthy bodies, healthy models, healthy... This photoshopping. Face इतना बड़ा, body इतनी छोटी कर देते हैं. मुझे समझ में नहीं आता है. Arey, be natural now what you are. I can't understand that, really.
It's the pressure of looking good. You have to
No. But then it needs to be stopped. Everyone needs to take moral responsibility for it. You see some covers, the actress's face is so big, the body is disproportionate. मतलब पैदाइशी abnormality है, क्या है, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. So this needs to be, taken care of. I feel media houses, fashion magazines, including tabloids, need to be equally responsible to set about a healthy trend for our next generations. Now you can clap. Because it's not only us alone who are responsible for this.
So I read in an interview where you mentioned that, like you said about Aishwarya as well, every time it's a female actor who's picked on. You mentioned there are so many male actors who undergo liposuction and all kinds of whatever. But they are never picked upon by the media. It's always the women who bear the brunt of it.
Totally.
And now coming to the aspect of giving back to the society. At a very young age, as a successful actor, you adopted 2 girls. So tell us about that. One of them got married recently.
Both are married. My older one has a son as well. Oh. I have 2 biological children as well.
You are a grandmother?
I'm the hottest one you can find.
I'm sure. I'm sure. So what has been your...
No, that's a joke, okay? Tomorrow headlines will say something else, Baba.
So what is your fitness mantra then?
Well, I think fitness mantra should be eat healthy, live healthy. You should have a healthy lifestyle. Because ultimately, whatever you do, whether in excess, and I can say, I see a lot of my colleagues also who are my age, but they look much older than me, because there's a certain time where they've binged on whether it's smoking or drinking or whatever, and ultimately it shows. So you are what you eat, you are how you live. Your body shows that, and I think that's what you should be.
One advice that you would like to give the 20-year-old Raveena as for growing up as a woman in this world?
Don't trust everybody. I guess you learn with life, you learn to be a little wary, you don't learn to be so trusting, and yes, I wish I could take my sensitive side back. But I don't think I would like to change anything. I would like to advise myself. But I don't regret anything. I don't regret any step that I take, because I do believe that destiny has a certain path to follow. And like at the beginning of this interview, I said I'm content with what I have in my life today. So I believe if I would have changed anything in that path of my destiny, I might not be here where I am today right now. So I'm very thankful for whatever I have.
So ladies and gentlemen, that was the bold, beautiful and the brainy Raveena Tandon. I would like to now call upon the audience to ask questions to our guest. Yes, please.
Hello, Raveena. We grew up seeing you as a beautiful woman. You are not only beautiful, you are very beautiful in mind, heart, and soul.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you are one, actress who could have been made for Hollywood as well. And these days, they say the actors are very lonely at the top. Similarly, how do you react to this, Deepika's depression and other things?
Your first question about Hollywood, I did get a movie offer from Oliver Stone at the time when he was making Alexander the Great. And unfortunately for me, I don't know if it was his loss, but I turned it down because there was a lot of things to be done in the movie which I would not do, because I had my rules for myself, how much I would and how much I would not expose. And so I did say that was goodbye to my Hollywood dream. Well, lonely at the top, again, I do believe it's how you make it for yourself. It definitely is. A very few people, like I said, you can't be that trusting. Very few people are those real people who truly are your friends. Also, your family is very important at that time. I think depression is something that, to a certain extent, a lot of people go through. It can be clinical, or it can be just a state of mind. Unfortunately, a lot of people do not recognize the signs of depression, especially people around you, So it's I think up to you to be strong enough to say no to the yes people. You'll be surrounded by people who'll say yes to everything. The sun is green, yes. The grass is golden, wherever you step is golden, and people say yes. Those kind of people you should know how to stay away from and be truly close to the people who really matter to you. And nothing like your family, trust me.
I heard there's a very famous actor from our Hollywood industry. His name is Babu Shan.
Yes.
So he told that, he told you like, bhaujo bhaujo. Bhaujo is like bhabhi in Hindi.
Yes.
So if given a chance, would you like to play the character of Bhaujo in his movie?
I think that was very sweet of him to give me that respect. I met him at the an award function here when I was here the last time. Everyone remembers I was here the last time. Let's not delve into details. But it was very sweet of him to give me that kind of respect. And of whatever I understood what he said in Uriya, which even now I was trying to actually grasp what everyone is saying. But I did understand that it was very sweet of him. He said, Bhabhi's come all the way from Mumbai. So I also told him, I said, since I'm a guest of yours and you've called me a Bhabhi, now give me a chance to work in a film with you as Bhabhi. So he also laughed at it, and the audience also had a great time with that. And but on a serious note, I would definitely love to do an Uriya film. I've done a Tamil film, I've done Telugu, I've done Malayalam, I've done Kannada, I've done Bangla, I've done Marathi, I've almost said yes to a Punjabi film. So I think I would feel truly accomplished if I would complete or do a film in every state of my country. I think that would be an honor. Welcome. And dream on, huh? I'll see you.
Hello, Raveena.
Namaste ji.
Just now you shared your secret of being beautiful. But what is the secret of your great sense of humor? I think everyone out here is impressed with your sense of humor today. So what is the secret?
I love to laugh at myself. I love to make jokes at myself, and I think that's the best form of humor. When you don't take yourself seriously. Never take yourself too seriously. Hanji, sorry, you were saying something.
My question is not related to glamour or movies. I feel you are a very socially concerned person. So as you know now in India also, the declining sex ratio. So what is your views on that?
Well, let me give you some good news. In the last statistical study, because I do work a lot with UNICEF as well and a lot of other child organizations that work with children, fortunately for our country, though it's a small baby step, but not so, but even in adoption and even in the girl ratio, in states like Punjab, Haryana, etc., the statistics has seen an upward trend as far as the girl child is concerned. So I think it's a good sign and it's good news. Even as far as adoption is concerned, if you see the latest study, more and more couples are coming forward to adopt the girl child, which again is a good trend. Not that I'm saying that to adopt a boy is wrong, because bacha to bacha hi hai. Like I say, a soul is a soul, and that soul is already on the planet. So whether you adopt a boy or a girl, you're just making someone's life. You're nurturing a life that's already on this planet. That's what I believe in. But like I said, the upward swing is there, and one day I'm sure conscientious people like you, me, and all the others here will strive hard and try to make the balance equal. One day. हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन.
You have adopted 2 babies. Is that before your marriage or after your marriage?
I was 21 when I adopted 2 girls. And in fact, at that time, a lot of aunties came and told me, "Ab tumse kaun shaadi karega? You're coming with so much baggage." But I said, if you love, whoever loves me and thinks it's worth it, will respect me for what I've done.
When you have decided that, what is the reaction of your family
I
regarding
have to take that. My family was completely supportive. In fact, because of my parents' help, is because I used to be shooting and going for outdoors, is that they could bring up the girls the way we want, at home. Because of my parents. Thank you everybody for a lovely session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Raveena. And now I would like to invite Tanaya Patnaik, Executive Director of Kanak News. I would also like to invite Arundhati Meher, the Director of Arundhati Jewellers, to present Raveena with a token of our appreciation.
Ananya, celebrating the women in you.